Give you 5 keys to doing a great virtual listing presentation. Hi there, it's Kevin Ward, the founder of Yes Masters Real Estate Success Training, helping you get more yeses and more successes in your business and in your life. And things are changing and are going to change forever in the way real estate is done. And some things are going to change for the better. And one of the cool things is going to be your ability to do a virtual listing presentation. This is new for most people. Most sellers want you to come to their house. Most agents think you have to go to the house. And what we're discovering is, don't have to go to the house. Probably still better, probably still more effective. And yet when times demand it, you can do a virtual listing presentation. So today I'm going to train you on how to do a virtual listing presentation. I'm going to give you 5 keys to doing a great virtual listing presentation, or 5 steps to a virtual listing presentation. Now, before that starts, let's just go before you actually start the virtual part of it, is you got to find a motivated seller, schedule a listing appointment with them, and then pre-qualify the appointment to make sure that they are motivated and that they are actually moving. Right? If not, you don't need to do a listing presentation. You need to have a conversation with the seller to find out what their motivation is. So in my book, The Book of Yes, you've got the conversations that lead you through all that process. How to answer questions. The seller sheet teaches you how to pre-qualify the listing appointment and all of that. So you can go to thebookofyes.com, get a free copy of that book. You just pay shipping and we'll send you a free copy. And it's got that, and it's got the listing presentation script for a powerful listing presentation. This video, we're not talking about the listing presentation itself, like the content. We're talking about the process of how you switch from an in-person listing presentation to a virtual listing presentation. So once you've got the appointment and you now have a motivated seller and you've set a listing appointment and they know it's going to be virtual, which means it's going to be done on some type of technology communication, either by phone or by video. And we'll talk about how to do that. Then the next step is, after you pre-qualify them, is I need a video preview of the home. Now, under normal circumstances, you get to the house and they give you a tour of the house, right? So now you know what the house looks like. But in this case, you're not going to get to actually go see the house and look at it. So I need from them a video tour of the house. Now, there are 3 different ways you can do this. One is when you set the appointment and you pre-qualify them, hey, we're looking forward to talking to you guys in a couple of days, is they can jump on a FaceTime call with you right then, and they can give you a FaceTime video walkthrough. Or you can also do, if they don't have an iPhone, if you don't have an iPhone, you can use Instagram. Instagram has the live streaming video call. Facebook has it. You can use Skype. Instagram and Facebook are probably the 2 easiest for people that don't have iPhones because everybody's on Facebook. And you can do a video phone call with them, and then they just turn the video around and then they give you a tour of the house, and you can help guide them through. And hey, can you show me that again? And I want to see this and that. And they can show you, and then you have them start from the front yard. You see the curb appeal, you see the front of the house, they take you in, they walk you through the house, and you can guide them through it and all of that. You can do it right then on the spot. That's one option. The second option is you can have them just record a video with their phone. They can do a video walkthrough of the house, and they can email it to you. They'll have to upload it, or they can do it in little segments and text it to you if they want to record little blocks of video that are less than 60 seconds long. Typically, anybody can text that from one phone to another, and they can do it that way. The other way you can do it is, depending on the video platform you're going to use for the actual listing presentation, is they could do a FaceTime video tour right at the listing presentation. When you're on the phone or you're ready to do the listing appointment, is the first part of the listing appointment is they actually give you a video walkthrough of the house. So any one of those is fine. The time to kind of decide on it is before the appointment. I want to find out when I set the appointment and pre-qualify it. This is our next step, is how am I going to see the house? So you go ahead and say, before we talk, and before we get together and actually meet on the phone or by video, I would like to have a chance to see your house. Can you do a walkthrough with me and you talk about how to do it? So that's number one, is you get that logistic out of the way so that you know you got it set up. Now this next thing is, after that's done, after you got that figured out and they're either doing it or they've already done it, is you are going to email them your pre-listing package. So number one is your video preview. Okay, that's the first thing you're going to do, is you need to be able to see the house. Number two is your pre-listing package. Okay, so your pre-listing package is going to go out to them by email. Now, the pre-listing package, it should have all the stuff that you're gonna do. It should have the stuff about you and your action plan and all of that. It should have a CMA. It needs to have a net sheet. And there's a couple ways you can do this. If you're gonna have an argument on price, you may not send the net sheet out, but you're gonna send them the data, the comps. Okay, anything about yourself, your company, your action plan, and all that. You want to send that out, and then you want to send out the listing documents so they can look over it. And especially for somebody that's analytical, they're like, well, I like to look over it. So I send it out in advance and so forth. And there's more. If you haven't talked to them on video, if they haven't met you or seen you on video, then after I set the appointment, I'm going to also text them an introduction video of myself. And it's just a little message that says, hey, Kevin Ward here. I'm just looking forward to meeting with you and your wife this Thursday to talk about helping you sell this house and make that move to San Diego. And I'm going to be emailing you some information. This is my cell phone number. If you have any questions or need anything in the meantime, give me a call, and I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. So I'm shooting a quick video. That also is a part of the pre-listing package, but it's sent by text so that now I am in their phone. My phone number is there and my face is in there with the video. And it's really, really powerful. Okay, so that's number two, is now I am going to send out that, and you're going to also, with that, and that's going to be done by email, and with that email is you're going to send the Zoom link if you're going to use Zoom, and we're going to talk about the platform in a minute. If you're going to use a video conferencing link, you'll send out that link in the email that here's how we're going to do our listing presentation. Okay, so now the third thing is you have to decide on what is the platform that you are going to use for the listing presentation. Now, my recommendation is that you use Zoom. Okay, Zoom.us. It is just a video conferencing platform. We use it for all of our coaching calls. We've been using it for years, but there's a free version. You get it. It's easy. It's simple. You send them the link. They click on it. It's going to download the software. It's going to open. It's just very, very simple, even for people that are not tech savvy. Okay, so as long as they have a computer and they have internet, Zoom is really, really good. And the benefit of Zoom, so that as my preference, and there's also some other platforms out there, but Zoom is probably the most popular one, is that you can also not only see them and they can see you, you can also share your screen on your computer so that you can now show them stuff from your computer. So you can show them your action plan. Even if you email it to them, it's easier for you to share them your screen because they can see what they're seeing what you want them to be seeing. Okay, and they're not going like, I can't find it. Which page is that? And I don't see it, or whatever. You're not having to deal with all that because you're showing them exactly what you want them to look at. So it's really powerful. Now, if you use Calendly, and a lot of agents use Calendly, which is an appointment setting software, you can schedule the appointment with Calendly, and you can actually, with the invite to their calendar, you can include the Zoom link. And so it all integrates, and then when the time comes, all they're doing is clicking on their calendar and it opens up, and boom, they click that link and it opens up. You can do it by email as well. And either way works good. So one platform that my favorite, I'm just going to go over here and I'm going to do Zoom US. Zoom is my favorite. Okay, you can use FaceTime as well. FaceTime works. You can use Skype. And again, you can use Instagram or Facebook, the Messenger app. So the Messenger app on FaceTime, when you get into the Facebook Messenger app, you can go with a video call and you can actually do a video call. You really, really want it to be by video if possible, because when they can see you and you can see them, one, it's way more personal. They feel like they get to know you and you can see their body language, and it's really, really powerful. And it also is much better for keeping them engaged and you know that they're there. Now, the last thing though is if it doesn't work that way, you can do it by phone. And I've done many listing appointments in my years of doing real estate. I've done a lot of listing appointments by phone. And back in the 1900s, when I first started in early 2000, that was the only way you could do it. We didn't have Skype. We didn't have any of that. So I did a lot of them where we did it on the phone. And when we had speakerphone, it was even better. So now you definitely have speakerphone, and you get them on the call, and you got the husband and wife sitting in there. They put it on speakerphone, and you can do the listing presentation. The only problem is there's no visuals. And so you send them the pre-listing packet, and you have to, well, let me just tell you how to do that. If you're going to be doing it on a phone where they have to find the stuff, you need to make sure in your pre-listing packet that everything is easily identifiable. So if it's the comparative market analysis, you need to make sure that it's very clear this is the comparative market analysis. If your comparative market analysis is 72 pages long, you're going to confuse the heck out of them. Because you send them all these documents and they're going like, I've got these PDFs and their attachments and all this. And people aren't comfortable with that. They don't know, they're lost. So you need to make sure that if you're sending them a pre-listing packet and that's what you're going to use to go through it, and you're going to have to depend on them to find the right page, you want to make sure that you've got it set up so that it's easy for them to find the right page that you want them to see as you go through it. All right. So that is number 3, is having the best platform. Again, video is going to be way superior to not having video, but either way will work. Because what matters the most is you and your energy and the quality of your presentation. That's the 4 things. So you're doing this now. If you're doing it by video with Zoom, the cool thing is you're going to be there and you can see yourself. So when you can see yourself, don't fix your hair or don't do any of that stuff while you're watching yourself on video. But it lets you be aware of how you're looking, how you're holding your body. Are you smiling or not? How your overall posture and your presence, your enthusiasm and all that is incredibly, incredibly powerful. If you're doing it by phone, you need to have a mirror. You need to be talking to them and you need to be looking in the mirror. You also want to be hands-free. So if you're using your phone, you do not want to be on your phone. You want to have a headset on so that your hands are free, because when you move, you have energy, and when you don't move, you don't have energy. So the last thing is to have that energy this is a one time on a listing presentation where you want to be standing up. If you notice, I do almost all of my videos, I'm standing. Why? I have more energy. You're more powerful in communicating when you are standing than when you are sitting down. When you're sitting down, you have low energy. They're going to be sitting down. Maybe the call very likely is going to be in the afternoon or evening, and they may be tired, they're distracted, their kids are home now. It's just crazy. So you got to be totally engaging and engaged with them, and they got to feel that. One of the other things is because you're not with them, you got to really keep them engaged in the conversation. So you're probably going to use a lot more tie downs than you normally would. Things like, are you guys with me on that? Does that make sense? Is that exciting? As you go through, you don't want to talk and spend 2 minutes just rattling off and talking. They're falling asleep on you. Okay, their brain is going somewhere else. So you really got to work on keeping them engaged in the conversation, asking them great questions, and so forth. So preparing for your listing presentation, knowing exactly what you're going to say and how you're going to say it so that you're delivering a gold medal listing presentation, which is not about you. It is about helping them make a decision. And it's very, very powerful and very engaging when you've mastered that. Again, if you don't have a good listing presentation, well, whether you have a good one or not, the best one is in the Book of Yes. Get the bookofyes.com, get the free copy of the book. You can go to my website, yesmasters.com, and download a free copy of just the listing presentation itself. And you can download that. And the key is that you master it. The key is all in the delivery. If you don't know how to master a script is the enemy. But when you've mastered it, it is insanely powerful. When you do the listing presentation, this is not about really how to do a virtual listing presentation, but I will tell you right now, with what's the crisis that's going on in the world right now, pricing is the key. If you overprice it, it will not sell. So your ability to lead the sellers to a good decision and price it where it will actually sell is going to get them more money than if you price it wrong. So your ability to be strong in pricing is very, very important. All right. And then once you've done the listing presentation, you lead them to a decision and they go like, okay, what do we need to do next? Then you are going to get the signature right then. Okay, so here's what you want to do. Is most of you are going to use DOCUSIGN. You're going to use an e-signature. And so you want to have all the listing documents ready before the listing presentation. So you want to have it all pre-filled out on your DocuSign, all the listing agreement and all the disclosures and other forms that you have to have in your state or in your association of realtors. You have them all pre-filled out. The only thing you may not have filled out is the price, but as soon as you got it, you do that, and you got, okay, great. I'm just putting in the price here in the paperwork, and I'm going to email you guys the paperwork. I'm going to email you the documents. And then I'm going to walk you through it, and then we'll go ahead and so we can help you guys make sure I answer all your questions on that. You're going to email them the documents, the DocuSign, and then you're going to guide them through the paperwork. And on the call, and have them digitally sign it on the call. Because that way, if any objections come up or any questions or any hesitance, you're there with them to guide them to actually making the decision. Because what you want to do is you want to move through this and lead them to a decision. And once you got the decision made, you want to ink it, okay? Because you want to solidify that decision so you can get to work and help them get the result that they want. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If you have questions on it, post them in the comments below. If you have comments or other things that you would like to add or see or more discussion that you would like to have, please post that down below. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to the channel if this is your first time here. Play to win and always expect yes.